Let's go, baby. It's time for everyone's favorite Rocket League YouTube series. This is Rocket League News. This is where I talk about all the shit you're too lazy to look up. Let's do this. Alright, so first up, YouTube creators Sunless Khan and Mertzy just joined Space Station Gaming as content creators. Now, Sunless Khan and Mertzy are both very popular Rocket League content creators, and all this really means is that they will be representing Space Station Gaming going onwards. Space Station Gaming's become a big name in Rocket League recently, doing very well at Worlds. What'd they get, like top 4? I forget. But yeah, a very good team. And now we got some roster changes. So first off, Memory is off Ghost. Ghost Gaming did very well last RLCS season, probably the best season of RLCS they've ever had. But they kicked off Memory, and they actually brought on as their third Firskiller. Firskiller being probably the best non-pro player out there. Firskiller just turned 15, so he's now eligible to compete in the RLCS. He's just an all-around a very great player. He just got some insane mechanics. And yeah, Ghost is going to be a really good team this year. I can already tell you that. Ghost definitely has a chance of making Worlds. At this point, I will be surprised if Ghost doesn't make Worlds. Firskiller is just that good of a player. It's just a very good pickup for Ghost, and I can't wait to see what happens moving forward. We don't know what team Memory is going to next, but while we're still on roster changes, Mist is off of Pittsburgh Knights. They kicked Mist off, but we have a reasoning for this. The reason Mist was kicked off was because he was apparently trying out with other teams behind his team's back, which you might think there's really no harm in that, but his teammates didn't like the fact that, you know, he was just trying out with other teams, not telling them, and, you know, he noticed a little bit of inside drama, and yeah, they ended up just kicking him. Who did the Pittsburgh Knights pick up? Well, they picked up AJ from Rogue. So yeah, AJ left Rogue as well. So yeah, Kronovi and Wonder need a teammate. So yeah, a lot going on the North American side, but Killa is off Vitality, which is crazy, you know. Just grand finalists have to split up the roster, but there's a lot more that actually goes into it. Fairy Peak and KDOP obviously both being French players. It's apparently very hard for KDOP to get through the language barrier since he primarily speaks French. He only speaks a little English, so it's very hard because Killer's main language is English. So the language barrier just happened to be too much, which a lot of people are saying. You won a world championship, you made it to the grand finals in another. Is the language barrier really that hard to get past? But you know what? Apparently it is. If they say it is, then it must be. That's all there really is to it. Next up, pro player Magnus. He joined TSM. But who did he replace? He replaced Alpha 54. Alpha 54 is no longer on TSM. Magnus has taken his spot. So after all this, players like Memory, players like Mist, and players like Alpha 54, we're waiting to see where they go. However, it does look like Alpha 54 will most likely be going to Vitality since he is French and he's a very good player. It would help out a lot with that language barrier. We're assuming that Vitality's going to get another French player, because why would you have a whole thing about Killa not being French just to not go pick up another French player? Wouldn't make any sense, but we're assuming Vitality will become an all-French team after this next roster pickup, but we'll see. And yeah, that is about everything. It was mostly roster changes. Technically, Sunless Khan and Mertzy joining Space Station is a roster change, but they are just as content creators. And you know what? Actually, there is one thing I will talk about. So there's this meme going around Rocket League recently called Dog with Hat. And basically, all the esports organizations have been green screening out the hat and putting their own logo on the hat. So, yeah, if you guys see this as anyone's profile picture, yeah, it's just a meme that needs to die. That's all there is to it. Every other lobby, someone has their profile pictures as for some unknown reason. I don't know why. It annoys the shit out of me. Like, I don't want to see this dog's fucking face ever again. Yep, that's pretty much it for the news. If anything big happens or whenever roster locks happen, I'll make another video on just what's going on. Roster locks should be happening at the end of January. The day I'm recording this is the January 13th. Probably going to go up tomorrow, the 14th. So I should have another one of these out. Probably shouldn't be more than 2 weeks. Unless something big happens. So, thank you guys for watching, and see ya.